regarded as one of the safest investments for many years because it has a proven track record of preserving wealth during periods of inflation and market volatility. As a valuable metal, gold has served for many centuries not only as a symbol of wealth but also as a reliable store of value, making it a popular choice for investors seeking a measure of protection during uncertain times. In your daily updates of gold prices in India, the days 18, 22, 24 carat in major cities stands at rupees 12,599, rupees 11,550 and rupees 9,453, marking a slight overall increase of demand and inflation. Gold pricing in India is determined by both global and local factors. Consequently, the buyer in India must contend with listings that vary based on broader economic factors and seasonal market factors. Now let's take a look at the gold prices of today versus yesterday, last month, last year and last week as well. So today the gold prices of 24 carat gold, 1 grams of it, stands at 12,599, whereas yesterday it stood at 12,412. So we are seeing that the gold prices on 21st of November were a little higher in comparison to the prices on 22nd November. Meanwhile, 1 grams of 22 carat gold stands at 11,550 rupees, while yesterday it stood at 11,379 rupees. So we can see a jump of around 200 rupees almost. Meanwhile, 18 carat gold stands at rupees 9,453 as of today. Meanwhile, yesterday it stood at 9,313 rupees. So in all these categories, we can see a marked increase in prices. Meanwhile, let's compare the prices today versus last week. So today the prices stand at 12,599, whereas last week, that is 16th of November, it stood at 12,523 rupees. Meanwhile, 1 grams of 22 carat gold stood at 11,480 rupees last week, that is 16 November. Meanwhile, today it stands at 11,550 rupees. Now, 1 grams of 18 carat gold stands at 9,453 rupees today, whereas last week it was 9,396 rupees. So we can also see an increase in prices in comparison with last week. Meanwhile, let's talk about the prices of gold in the past 1 month. So last month, that is the month of October, it stood at 12,523 rupees. Meanwhile, today it stands at 12,599 rupees. The price of gold on 23rd October stood at 11,480 rupees. Meanwhile, today it stands at 11,550 rupees. So we can see an increase of almost 100 rupees. Meanwhile, we can also see that gold prices on 23rd October stood at 9,396 rupees. Meanwhile, today it stands at 9,453 rupees. That's for 1 grams of 18 carat gold. Meanwhile, let's compare the prices during a 1-year time period. So last year on the very same date, the gold prices stood at 7,979 rupees. That is for 24 carat gold, 1 grams of it. Meanwhile, today it stands at 12,599. Price of 1 gram of 22 carat gold stands at 11,550 rupees, whereas last year the same time it stood at 7,315 rupees. So that's an increase of almost 4,000 rupees. We can see that 1 grams of 18 carat gold stands at 9,453 rupees today. Meanwhile, last year the same time it stood at 5,985 rupees. So we have seen that there has been a marked increase in the prices of gold in comparison to last year. Now, I am joined by Dr. Sharat Kohli, who is a senior economist on the broadcast. Dr. Kohli, very good morning. My first question to you, sir, is that what are the near term, from your perspective, what are the near term and medium term outlook for the prices of gold for the next 6 to 12 months?
Good morning, Medha. Good morning to the viewers of NewsX. I think the near term, when we say near term, we take a range of under 6 months, as you rightly said. Well, there are several news triggers working at this point of time. Some of the news triggers pertain to geopolitical aspects, where a Russia-Ukraine war is going on. It has also been learned now that the peace or the truce between Israel and Hamas seem to have been broken. 21 people have been killed yesterday in Hamas in Israel bombing. Hamas has also threatened to retaliate. So I think that peace seems to be broken. So that part of truce or world peace, which President Trump had claimed, I think seemed to have got reversed. So that has aggravated the geopolitical tensions. Also, the G20 summit, which is on right now in South Africa, America has completely boycotted that. None of the American officials has attended that, which is not a very good message as far as multilateralism in geopolitics is concerned and diplomacy is concerned. So I think those are the factors which work in favor of gold prices going up because it leads to geopolitical uncertainty. It leads to geopolitical tensions. Then geo-economic level, yes, the tariffs are still on unless President Trump decides something very drastic. One never knows what comes out of his hat at any point. I mean, any day could be a new day as far as policies are concerned. But as of now, geo-economic tensions and tariff-related tensions also continue. American economy is right now under heavy debt, $38 trillion. So that is also another factor which works in favor of gold and silver prices going up. The policies which go in favor of the prices falling down could be a possible US-China, 100% deal. Right now, it's a quick fix deal. There could also be a chance that Supreme Court in the US may decide to reverse the tariff policy of President Trump, which will suddenly lead to a correction in the gold prices. But an important aspect, Medha, is that the central banks who had massively bought tons and tons of gold over the last few years have not sold in this recent correction. When I say correction, this is consolidation, because from a peak of 4,381, it had corrected to 3,900. It is now hovering around 4,065. Well, Saturday, Sunday, Medha is generally closed as far as commodity markets are concerned. These are the markets which principally decide the gold prices. The usual buying and selling on account of jewelry, retail buying of gold bars and coins, they do not significantly impact. So Saturday, Sunday can be considered as an off for the market, where you don't see major movements. Mondays, when the markets open, you will see movements happening. So near term, it may stabilize around $4,000. But then the long-term trend, which you asked as second part of your question, long-term trends are still very much bullish. As I said, central banks have not sold the gold. They have been buying, but they have not sold a single gram of gold in the last few days, which means that the bullish trend remains. This is a news analysis. This is not an investment advice. People who want to invest in gold must consult their individual financial advisors. But a news analysis indicates that the long-term trend in gold is going to be bullish. People who want to buy, they can consider keeping 20% of their portfolio in gold. I think it's a good long-term hedge against geopolitical and geo-economic uncertainty, which can happen. Any conflict which triggers around the world will push up the gold prices. And the scenario right now is indicating towards that, Medha.
So just to veer off the topic a little bit, we know that from the start of the year, according to data, silver has seen a rally of about 70%, 75% rather. In your opinion, is the silver rally also expected to continue?
Yes, because silver also has, Medha, industrial use. It is used in solar panels. It is used in so many electronic, items for manufacturing of that. It is said that whatever silver is produced in 9 minutes gets consumed in 6 minutes. So you can see that there is a clear shortage of silver, and silver also is in limited supply. It is not very easy to mine. It is not a free-flowing kind of a precious metal. Therefore, silver can sometimes overtake gold in terms of surge. So people who are considering, I can say that they can consider, gold and silver as a balance mean, maybe 50% gold, 50% silver. Yes, silver is in hot demand, not just for investment. And a new development which has happened, Medha, in the recent past, that RBI may be considering giving loans against silver, just the way you get loans against gold. You've seen cash for gold and so many of these signages when you cross over any city. Well, these agencies, they give you a loan against gold. You can see a similar trend happening on silver as well. So silver can be the new gold in the times to come. However, that will not take the sheen of gold for that matter. So both can give competition to each other. Right now, we do consider gold to silver ratio whenever we project the prices or whenever we plot them on the technical charts. But yes, silver is equally a good bet and maybe a better bet in the times to come, Medha.
All right, Professor Dr. Sharat Kohli, I appreciate you sharing those insights with
Thank you.
us.